Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and colleagues. We are continuing the topic air conditioner is cooling weakly, and the next reason is the lack of refrigerant, that is gas. One thing that both users and some technicians need to know: the air conditioner is a closed system. If there is no leak in the system, the air conditioner will work for years with the gas inside it. The air conditioner in my own home has been operating for 18 years without any Freon being added. Information on some websites that air conditioner gas supposedly decreases by at least 1% a year is just a guess, because these devices are fully hermetic. Checking is practically impossible. The idea that gas must be charged every year is completely wrong. Of course, in car AC, in car air conditioners, which are considered semi-hermetic, since the compressor shaft is rotated mechanically, it is normal and logical for some freon to leak from the shaft seal every year. But in other air conditioners, if there is no gas leak, then the reason for the weak cooling must be investigated elsewhere. If the gas has decreased, it means there is a leak somewhere, and charging gas without finding the leak is throwing money away. How can we understand if the gas is low? We must pay attention to several factors while performing this check. After receiving a cooling weekly complaint, a technician should run the air conditioner for at least 10 minutes. He must check the air temperature, whether the indoor and outdoor unit are clean, and the capacitance of the capacitors in both parts of on-off type air conditioner is normal. As you can see, I haven't said anything about the amount of freon yet. Why? Because years of experience show that weak cooling of the air conditioners mainly depends on these factors we have listed. Of course, gas is an important issue, but reality shows something else. But let's assume we see that the liquid line of the air conditioner is frozen. Even in this case, it is not necessary to charge Freon into the air conditioner immediately. It could be that a small part has blocked the capillary tube and is preventing Freon from passing through it. To check this, we need to run the air conditioner in heating mode for about 1 minute, then switch to cooling mode from the remote control. In this case, the air conditioner will wait for 3 minutes before starting to cool, and it will start after this period. Sometimes they do it differently. For example, direct voltage is applied to the four-way valve of the air conditioner running in cooling mode from the outdoor unit. Then the voltage is suddenly cut and the air conditioner returns to cooling mode. What happens in this case? It is well known that in heating mode, the indoor unit turns into a condenser and contains liquid freon. When we cut the voltage, the four-way valve returns to cooling mode and the compressor sucks the liquid freon inside the indoor unit directly into itself. This causes the compressor to suffer a hydraulic shock. This is strictly unacceptable. If the air temperature is, for example, 20 degrees Celsius, we will see the liquid line freeze again in on-off type air conditioners. At such a temperature, we should try to raise the condensation pressure by covering 50 to 60% of the air conditioner's outdoor unit with a piece of cardboard. But again, statistics show that people mainly turn on the air conditioner when the air temperature is above 30 degrees Celsius. Let me also note that air conditioners with capillary tube shows the best results at approximately the 30 to 32 degrees Celsius. If the discharge line still falls at 30 to 32 degrees Celsius, there might all actually be a gas leak in the air conditioner. After finding and fixing this leak, the required amount of gas is charged into the air conditioner. When the air conditioner gas decreases due to a leak, the pressure in the outdoor unit drops and the amount of Freon transferred to the indoor unit decreases. Let's assume the air conditioner we are talking about has a cooling capacity of 24,000 BTU and must transfer 143 kilograms of R4 train A from the outdoor unit to the indoor unit in 1 hour. If exactly this much Freon is transferred, then the cooling capacity of the air conditioner will be 24,000 BTU. If the amount of Freon transported for any reason decreases, of course, the cooling capacity will also decrease. What I want to tell you here is don't try to charge Freon as soon as you see that the pressure in the suction line is low. Be patient. Investigate the cause and only do what is necessary after finding the cause. It is also important to note, although charging gas into the air conditioner is easy, collecting the existing gas and charging it into the system sometimes takes hours. Also, reuse of every Freon is not possible. If there are replacements for R22 Freon in the system, we should not reuse them even if we collect them, because we cannot be sure whether the composition of these gases has changed during a leak or discharge. My advice to my colleagues is don't rush into the decision to charge gas without fully investigating the cause of the weakness in both cooling and heating modes. There are numerous reasons for weak operation and gas deficiency in one of them. As long as the main cause is not eliminated, the air conditioner will not work properly no matter how much gas you charge. In these 20 years, we have repeatedly witnessed the air conditioner gas being overcharged. Having too much gas in the air conditioner is one of the main reasons for compressor failure. So, does the gas deficiency of the air conditioner cause any harm to it? Of course, my dear colleagues, the point is that the compressor is cooled with the help of cold Freon vapors coming from the indoor unit. When the amount of Freon vapors decreases, the compressor overheats. Of course, a thermal relay exists to prevent this overheating, but sometimes, for various reasons, this relay does not turn off the compressor in time and the compressor windings burn out. Overheating causes the oil to lose its quality and weakens the lubrication. In the end, even if the compressor does not burn out, it ceases and fails anyway. Customers themselves often call this burnout. The point is that they expect a miracle from the air conditioner when it cools very quickly. But it would be more appropriate for them to wait for a technical expert instead of a miracle. Don't forget to like us and subscribe to us.